Since starting this channel a few months ago, I bought a couple of cheap Porsches. We've done them up, gone through them, cleaned them up a bit, fixed a few mechanical problems, including this 986, and also this 987, which is now my current daily driver, and I absolutely love this car. So it kind of got me thinking, what can I get next? What will be the next level of car? And I think we all know when we think of Porsche, there is one car that we do think of, the 911. Yes, we're going to buy a Porsche 911. More specifically, I'm after a 996, so probably around the year 2000 here. The budget is around £8,000, which is about $11,000 if you're in the US. Now obviously I'm not just going to go out and buy a car that's already done, so I want something where I can improve it, either visually or mechanically, so yes, somewhere that I can improve it and make some profit on at the end. One thing I really don't want is rust. Now at this age of car, it's likely to have some rust, but I don't want anything where I'm going to have to replace sills or any floor pans or anything like that. Also, I want something that's generally mechanically sound, so no major mechanical problems like engine or gearbox. I don't mind fixing a few small things, but nothing major. I've been looking around for a while on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and also in auctions. I put in a small bid on eBay and I won something. So here she is, and what a sight. I chose this one because, as you can see, it's in dire need of cosmetic modifications, let's say. I mean, it looks like it's been done really well. It's got a matte black wrap on it. It's been completely tinted out everywhere, so I'm sure this would put a lot of buyers off, and probably did. But it's something that I think we can fix. And there were some before photos, and it's a nice ocean blue metallic colour. So I mean, it's possible we could take the wrap off and it could be good, it could be bad, but I'm sure we'll find this out in the future. The other thing that attracted me to this car was its mechanical history. As you can see from the auction, it's had an IMS replacement, and this is fully documented along with loads and loads of photos, so that was really good. Also, it's had a gearbox and clutch renewal in the past 5 years, and also it has a limited slip diff option 220, which is a really rare option and fantastic, so that's been rebuilt as well. So the mechanical history is fantastic. And finally, it doesn't have any rust, so that was one of my main requirements as well. So I put a bid in, and yeah, I won it. Let's take a first look at it. Right, so here we are, the 911. Actually looks really clean. I'm not keen on this wrap at all, or the tints. But yeah, that's been done recently, isn't it? Wheels are immaculate. What tyres are they? Goodness knows. Passion P9s. I mean, it does look okay, as in tidy, but yeah, this wrap needs to go, I think. The tints definitely need to go. I think they're film. They look like film, yeah. So they can come off. Black, black, black. It's very dark, isn't it? What do we think? Certainly looks straight, and you would see imperfections in this, I guess. Hardtop is nice. I wasn't sure they were going to include that. So yeah, we've got hardtop. Let's take a look inside. You know, that's pretty clean. That is pretty clean. Maps. That's the original colour. I think that's called lapis blue. Got blue interior. Doubled in stereo. Let's have a look in the back. yeah, it's very clean. This definitely has potential. Definitely has potential. I think the LCD might be broken on the, yeah, on the heater. But you can get those. Right, I'm going to put you on a tripod and we can start it. So the exhaust is super loud. I mean, it's almost like it doesn't have an exhaust, to be honest. And you might also hear a whistling noise, which was in the auction. So it sounds like we got some kind of air leak or something. Okay, so the MOT advisory was not wrong. That is a loud exhaust. So yeah, it drives okay. The noise is obviously hideous. I'm having to shout almost, and there are pops and bangs. So it does make me wonder if they put a map on here. So that's probably something I would like to get removed as well. But yeah, everything feels good. Like the suspension feels tight, the brakes feel good. Unfortunately, there's a lot of traffic, so I can't really open it up much. And I don't want to drive it too much around in this state. So yeah, let's get it back to the unit and have a look underneath. So we got the car on the quick jack. We're going to have a quick look underneath, see what's going on here. I mean, generally it looks very good. No oil leaks. I think there's a tiny little dribble just there. But yeah, nothing really. It's just your general kind of slight misting here and there of dirt. But everything looks very clean. No rust on things like the rear anti-roll bar. The nuts on the exhaust manifold look very good as well. Now this exhaust, as we know, is very loud, and I'm guessing we've got some kind of blowing or something here, but we're going to be taking this off and these back boxes, whatever brand they are. We'll have a look at those. So that's all coming off. I'm not too worried about that. It looks okay on this side, and the cats look okay, which is good. And generally underneath, it looks very clean. All the under trays are there. One needs to pop up slightly there, but yeah, very clean. There's no rust visible underneath, including on the sills. I had a look under the sills as well. So I'm really pleased with the condition underneath this car. Especially you see some 996s with a lot of rust, and rust is something that really bothers me. Tiny bit of surface rust just up there. But nothing at all. That's probably the worst of it. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how it looks under here. So the car did come with a bunch of paperwork, quite a lot in fact, and some really good stuff. Not that though. That's a brochure for the lights which are going, so we don't want that. But there's, what's this? There's all kind of Porsche dealer receipts, and this is for Porsche dealers in Poland. The guy I bought it from was actually Polish, I think, which would explain that, and all from like 2020 sort of time, kind of COVID. And this is where he got lots of stuff done, which I don't understand any of this, but I think this is basically all the RMS bearing stuff and all the gearbox and transmission rebuild that he had done. So really glad to have that. Yeah, I did do some kind of translations on some of those, and it's basically things like the RMS bearing. I'm sure some of you can understand that as well. So yeah, quite a lot of work done in 2020. And if we look in here, we have loads of photos of work being done. Loads and loads. And this is from that time. Oh wow, okay. So yeah. Lots of work done. Don't know where to start, but yeah, absolutely tons of photos. So what I'm going to do is scan all these in. I'm actually asking for a copy of them. But yeah, this is where all the IMS was done. New clutch. Been properly gone through. There's there's the wheels that are on there at the moment. Guess old centre caps on there. So yeah, really good amount of paperwork. Need to get them scanned in. And we go in here and we just have tons and tons and tons of receipts. I don't even know where to start here. But yeah, it's lots and lots and lots. Well, there's the rear tail lights. No thank you. Radiator exhaust manifold was done in 2018. But yeah, I think you get the idea. This has had a lot of work done to it over the years. So in the service book, we got a list of options, quite a lot really. Some good ones there. Option 220. Now I didn't know I had that. That's a limited slip diff, which is very nice to have. So yeah, it's actually supplied from this dealer here, Wittebrug. Okay, we'll have to look that up. So around this sort of time, it was quite common for people to buy cars on mainland Europe and import them into the UK, even right-hand drive cars. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And the service history, I think the last one I could see was 2020, so definitely due for a service, and that'll be one of the first things I do. But lots and lots of history, which is really nice. Always good to see that. And I'm really interested to start decoding what's in this packet here and all the IMS work and transmission work that was done at a Porsche dealer in Poland. So a very travelled car that we've got here with lots of history. Nice. Right, so 996. Let's write down what we need to do. I think the biggest jobs, let's start with those. So wrap. I'm probably going to leave that till last because that could be a nightmare, I think. And yeah, I'll deal with that afterwards. It's not necessary. It's a cosmetic choice. So wrap. Wheels. Now, these wheels are from a 997 Turbo. And although they're very nice wheels, they just don't suit this car at all. They're too big. And also the offset is wrong on the rear because obviously a turbo is wider. These poke out just a bit too much for me. So what I want to do is try and find some standard wheels, maybe some turbo twists or something like that. So wheels is going to be one of the first jobs I do. Now, exhaust. This is also a really important job to do. I cannot tell you how loud this car is. I have a friend next door, Rory, who loves loud exhausts. And even he said, no, that just doesn't sound right. It's too loud and it just sounds like no exhaust rather than, a performance exhaust. Also, there's a guy next door, Rossa, the famous YouTuber, and he has some really loud cars and I got the same kind of feedback from him. So the exhaust is one of the things that I'll be doing first. So yeah, what else do we have? We've got some small jobs as well. So I noticed that the bonnet struts don't work properly. So new bonnet struts.
That's already made a difference, just one.
The passenger door doesn't open properly all the time. So the passenger door, basically, you shut it and then you pull it, it doesn't open, but if you bang it, then it does open. So I guess the latch needs some kind of adjusting or lubrication. So we'll do that. Also, there is the climate control display. Yeah, basically the climate control, the LCD display is broken on that. And also the radio doesn't work. So we need to fix that as well. And I think pretty much that's it. I might put tint separately to the wrap. So what I'll probably do is remove the window tints and also the light tints as well. Especially the backlights look terrible, just all black like that. So that's all the kind of jobs there. There is one other job that needs doing, and that's a whistling noise. Now you may have noticed in some of the videos there's like a whistling, so maybe an air leak or something. So we'll take a look at that. I'm hoping it's just a vacuum leak because I've just been looking online and there's also people saying it could be the air oil separator, but I haven't had a look at that yet properly. So hopefully it's either a vacuum leak or the air oil separator isn't a hard job to do. So yeah, I think that's everything. We'll go through, I think probably the first job I'll do will be the wheels and exhaust, because I think they're quite easy jobs, quite easy exhaust hopefully, quite easy jobs to do, and they'll make a massive difference. And I think once those are done, I'll start driving the car around a bit and maybe find some other problems as well. So yeah, I think we'll start and get stuck in. So let's start off with a simple job. The car came with some 997 wheels. I believe they're off a 997.2 turbo. They're 20-inch wheels, and to be honest, they are nice wheels and they're in immaculate condition, but they just don't suit a 996. They're too big, and also the offset is wrong, so they're poking out a bit. Also, the tyres that came with them, they're Passion P9s or something, which obviously a budget tyre, and I wouldn't like to have these fitted on 20-inch wheels on a 911, to be honest. So luckily, I managed to find some turbo twists on eBay. They're 18-inch and they're actually off a 996. They do have turbo centre caps on them, but we can replace those out. In fact, the car was actually spec'd with colour Porsche badges on the centre caps, so that's what I'll replace them with. The tyres that came with the wheels are Bridgestone Potenzas. Probably not ones that I'd choose myself, but certainly a good brand and not a budget one. They're only a few years old and there's no cracking on the sidewalls, and also the tread is fairly good, with the worst being around 4mm on the rear. So the rears are going to need changing out at some point, but they'll do for now and I'm very happy with them. So that's the wheels done, and what a difference. I really think that made a massive difference to how the car looks. And I'm even liking the wrap a bit there. What do you think? Anyway, let's move on to the next job. That's it. So there's a tab there that goes over a piece there, and yeah, just connects to that 10mm. And then we just got a tab here, and then it should just pull apart, I think. Like so. So with the lights that I bought from eBay, I've only got one of these looms, and they're actually really expensive. I looked, it's like 70 odd quid for the cheapest one. So what I've done, I've 3D printed some bulb holders here. I've found what this connector is from AliExpress, and I've ordered one of those. But just to get the lights in, I'm going to use the ones on the LED lights because they're knackered. So yeah, let's make a loom, get these plugged in, and then we can put the light in. So I've got some wires from Amazon, which is 18 AWG, which I believe is the right type. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and follow the colours of the original wiring as much as possible. I don't have grey, so I'll have to use white for that instead. But apart from that, I think I've got every colour. So yeah, I think we'll start with the brown, which very ready brown, and that's the ground, the earth. Right, so just going to test the wiring of the indicator there. Just going to put the hazards on. Yeah, and what I'll do as I make this loom, I'll just gradually test everything. Yeah, and then we have it, one cluster loom, sans reverse light. The reason I don't have reverse lights is because I basically ran out of time to 3D print the bulb holders. So yeah, that's why they're not there. Now inside these 3D prints, I've got metal bulb holders, which I got from Amazon, and they have the wires protruding. And I just measured up and made the 3D print. Let's go and give it a try. So putting the clusters in is just basically a reversal of removal. Slide them in, put the 10mm in, and here I'm testing out the lights. I need to get an amber bulb for the indicator, but everything seems to be working okay. So I put the other cluster in as well, and then once again we go and test it. And I wonder if you can spot the deliberate mistake in my light setup. We'll get that fixed as well, don't worry. So that's the backlights done. We're now going to do the front, so I move the car outside. And the fronts basically have a tint on them, a light tint, which is a film. So I'm going to get the heat gun, remove these, and also if you look in the corners there is a bit where there is the wrap over. So I'm going to remove that as well. No. So that's the tints removed off the lights, and now we have this bit of wrap just in the corners, so that should come out easily as well. And once we've done this, the final job I think that we'll do on the outside for now is removing those awful 4D plates and putting some dealer plates on. So sit back, relax, and let's get all that done. So while I'm trying to remove the wrap from this corner piece, you might see it pops out here, which is a bit annoying, but we can glue that back in afterwards. I may get a new one in the future because it's slightly cracked. Now those who know me know that I would never be seen in a car with 4D plates. No, never. So anyway, let's get rid of these ones, and we've got some nice Porsche Wickham dealer plates. So I'm going to wrap this video up for now. We've done quite a few mods on the outside, including the new wheels and the new number plates, and not forgetting the lights. I forgot to mention as well, I decided to go for new rear lights because the LED ones that are on there were a bit cracked, and also they didn't look really good when I took the tint off either. So let me know what you think. Should I keep the wrap now? I'm not sure. I think it actually looks quite good now. It was really the lights and the wheels that were making it look bad, I think. But yeah, let me know what you think. And let's go back to the board and see what jobs we have done and what we have remaining. So yeah, I think that is a good point to wrap up this video. I think it's about half an hour long now, and you've probably got a lot more to watch over Christmas. So anyway, we did a few good visual mods to the car. I think it looks a lot better now. The first thing we did was the wheels. We got some nice turbo twists on there now, which really do suit a 996. And the good thing there, I think I can sell the old wheels for more than I pay for the new ones. So a nice little profit there, which we always like. Second thing I did was the tint, half a tint. So we did the front lights, removed the film on that. Luckily it was film, not paint. And the rear lights, unfortunately I had to buy new rear lights because the old ones had cracks in the lenses. But not all was lost because I was able to use the connectors for spare parts, and I'll use the other bits for spare parts as well. And finally we did the number plates, which I'm sure will please a few of you. I know 4D plates are very, very dividing. Some people like them, some people hate them. I think they do suit some cars, but not the look I'm going for in this car, unfortunately. So yeah, let me know what you think of the mods that we made, and slowly getting it back to looking a bit more standard. I'm really happy with how it's turned out, to be honest. So for the next video, we've made it look good. I think we need to make it sound good now. So we're going to look at the exhaust. If we get a chance, we maybe look at the whistling as well. So yeah, the whistling is an air leak, I think, and hopefully not the air oil separator, which I know is a big job. So yeah, probably concentrate on those, and then the final video, I think we'll concentrate on these smaller interior items. But there is one kind of elephant in the room still, the wrap. What do we do about that? You know, now I've changed the wheels and the lights, I really am kind of growing to like the wrap. So I'm not sure whether to keep it or not. But what I'd really like to hear is what you think. So please let me know in the comments whether you think it's a good idea to keep the wrap, or should we go back to the standard ocean blue colour, risk seeing what's underneath, and possibly opening a lot of horrible nightmares. But maybe it'll make some good video as well. So let's see. But yeah, let me know what you think. So yeah, that's the end of this video. If you do want to watch the next ones, please do subscribe, and it should be out in the next, I would say, week afterwards, maybe in the coming days. We'll see how it goes over Christmas. But anyway, have a great Christmas, and I hope you're having a really nice time off, and I'll see you in the next video.